All right, let's just jump right into it. We have all been there. I mean, your deal is inches from the finish line, everything is looking perfect, and then, bam, an email from the CFO hits your inbox, and the whole thing just grinds to a halt. Well, today, we're going to give you the decoder ring for those exact emails, so you can turn what feels like a dead end into a clear path to closed one.
Does that sound familiar? Yeah. This phrase, or something like it, is basically the deal graveyard. It feels like a soft no, right? A polite way of saying, get lost. But what if it isn't? What if it's not a rejection at all, but a diagnostic, a treasure map showing you exactly where you need to go to get this deal signed?
You see, the problem isn't your pitch, it's a language gap. As sellers, our instinct is to persuade, to use words to tell a story. But as CFO, they don't operate on words. They need a defensible business case that's built on structure and proof. They're not looking for another pitch, they are looking for decision safety. So let's bridge that gap.
And the data proves just how critical this is. I mean, mastering the language of finance isn't just a nice-to-have skill anymore. It's how you beat the final boss. And in today's B2B world, make no mistake, the CFO is that ultimate gatekeeper.
Get this. A full 79% of B2B purchases now have the CFO holding the final decision-making power. That's right, nearly 4 out of every 5 deals live or die based on their approval. They absolutely have to be convinced.
Okay, now let's layer on this next number. According to Forrester, a staggering 86% of B2B deals stall out somewhere in the buying process. So you connect those two dots, and the picture becomes crystal clear. Deals are dying in the finance department because we are just not speaking their language.
And this, right here, is the single most important mindset shift you need to make. That email from the CFO, it's not an objection you need to fight. It is a diagnostic signal. It's a flare going up in the air, telling you precisely where belief in your deal broke down. This isn't about adding more pressure. It's about providing that all-important decision safety.
So how do you actually do that? Well, you need the right tools. We're about to walk through the 5 most common signals a CFO will send you and the exact structured artifact you need to send back. This isn't theory, okay? This is an executable playbook.
Now, when you see this, your gut reaction is probably to write a long, flowery email explaining all the benefits again. Don't do it. This is not a request for more words. It is a signal that your current ROI case, it just isn't solid enough to survive the brutal scrutiny of their internal financial model.
The answer is to send a structured artifact, a risk-adjusted ROI model. By showing the 3-year net present value, which is basically just the total value of this investment in today's money, across conservative, expected, and aggressive scenarios, you prove you've thought about risk. You're not just selling a best-case fantasy. This is the kind of proof they can actually use.
Now, this one seems like a simple price check, but believe me, it is so much deeper. What the CFO is really modeling is budget survivability. They're worried about hidden fees, about scope creep, about surprise costs that are going to pop up in year 2 or 3 and make them look bad. What they need is predictability. So, you deliver a 1-page total cost of ownership snapshot. This little artifact clearly separates the one-time costs from the recurring ones, what's required versus what's optional. This thing builds trust through radical transparency, and it proactively answers the questions they haven't even thought to ask yet. Okay, pay very close attention to this one. This might be the most dangerous signal of them all. The CFO is terrified, and I mean terrified, of shelfware. You know, software that gets bought but never ever gets used. This isn't a question about your product's features. It's a question about their confidence in your ability to execute. Your most powerful response is this artifact right here, a 30, 60, 90-day adoption plan. By showing clear milestones, who owns them, and what the metrics for success are, you prove you have a concrete path to value. This instantly shifts the conversation from just buying a product to guaranteeing a successful outcome. So this isn't a sign of indecision. The CFO is testing you. They're trying to figure out if your urgency is real or if it's just some manufactured sales tactic. Let me tell you, pushing harder here will backfire every single time. Instead, you respond with a status quo cost brief. This 1-page document just calmly and objectively quantifies the cost of doing nothing. It calculates the monthly cost of process waste, of lost opportunity, and it reframes the whole conversation. Suddenly, waiting feels a whole lot riskier than moving forward.
And we are back to the classic. Remember, this isn't a soft no. This is a consensus friction signal. It means the buying group is not on the same page, and your champion needs help building the internal case. They need a tool that they can just forward along.
So you send a decision alignment summary. This artifact is literally designed to be circulated internally. It clearly spells out how each stakeholder benefits, from operations to finance to IT, and it frames the exact decision that needs to be made. You're not just crossing your fingers, you are actively arming your champion with the exact tool they need to go win those internal battles.
Of course, not every signal is a red flag, right? Sometimes the CFO is actually giving you the green light to speed things up. And recognizing these buying signals is just as critical as decoding the risks.
If you hear these, your job changes. This looks reasonable means belief already exists. Your job is to validate it with a customer reference, not resell. Finance isn't the blocker means you need to go find the real blocker. And send to procurement? That means the economic case is closed. Now it's just about getting through the process.
So you might be wondering, does this playbook actually work? Well, the data is crystal clear. Engaging executives the right way can literally double your win rate. And these artifacts we've been talking about, that's how you do it.
So let's bring this all together into a new operating rule, a fundamental shift in how you approach these critical late-stage conversations that can make or break your entire quarter.
Your new playbook is this simple. Number 1, detect the signal in the email. Number 2, identify the specific risk they're worried about. Is it economic, execution, or alignment? And number 3, deliver the precise, structured artifact that gives them the proof they need to say yes. So the next time a deal stalls out after that CFO email lands in your inbox, don't see it as an objection. See it as a diagnosis. And stop asking yourself, what do I say? And start asking, which artifact proves I'm the safest choice? Because that is how you turn a stall into a signature.